Hi guys, my name is Julie and I'm a mum of two boys, Ezra, a 2-year-old, and Levi, a 10-month-old. We live in Australia, and on this channel we talk all about play-based learning, all about Montessori and Waldorf philosophies to raising children, and all about open-ended toys and materials. So if you're interested in any of those topics, hit the subscribe button and join this amazing community of playful families. Okay guys, so today I'm really excited to talk to you about different ways that you can use your large step pyramid if you have one. We have just recently finished ours. It's not an original Grimm's pyramid, that's why you can see the tray is a little different, but the dimension is exactly the same as the original, and I tried to make it as close to the original one as I could. If you want a tutorial on how we made it, then I can definitely do that, but I don't know if a lot of people would be interested in it. And if you have the money to invest in it, I would definitely recommend it. We got a lot of use from it already, and we only had it for just over a month. Okay, number one thing that you can do with your large step pyramid, and that is a pretty obvious one, is build different constructions. And it's so amazing. I absolutely love it that you can build all sorts of different things with just one set of blocks. You can build a barn, you can build a little car park, that's my boy's favorite. You can build a castle, you can build a doll's house. And myself, as a minimalistic-ish mom, I just love that I can have one toy that can be all those things, and then I don't need to get a separate dollhouse, a separate barn, a farm, a zoo, a car park, a house, a tower, like all sorts of things, a rocket. I can just use the blocks that we already have, and every single day it can be something different. Okay, number two is ball runs. That's such a popular thing to do with a large step pyramid. A lot of the times people use some additional sets with it, like 1001 Nights, or large rainbow from Grimm's, or semicircles, cornerstones, and there's a lot of things you can add to it. But to do some simple ball runs and just to see if your child is interested in it, you can definitely just use the large step pyramid. And some of the ball runs that I'm showing you here, you can try to recreate with yours and see if your child likes it. Number three is some basic games that you can play using your large step pyramid. I actually used to own a little bowling set that was gifted to us, a wooden one. It was really cute, but I sold it on Marketplace because I can actually use a large step pyramid for it now, and I like not having too many things. Just makes my life easier. So now we do little bowling games with just blocks from the large step pyramid, and you can use the long ones. They're a little bit easier if it's just a one-piece block, or you can build up the little one and then it makes it a little bit harder for them to fall. Another game that you can play with the large step pyramid is building a maze. I haven't done a lot of these, my kids are a little bit young for that, but it looks like great fun, and I will show you some examples of the mazes that you can do, and little labyrinths. They look really great. Number four is a really simple activity that's probably one of the earliest ones you can start with your kids. It's color sorting. The large step pyramid has just such beautiful colors in it that sorting it is so much fun, and it gets your child thinking too, and really concentrating on the colors, because they're not just one tone, they're all a little bit different, a little bit mixed with each other. And you can do color sorting strictly by color, or you can do a gradual sorting. If your child is small, you can maybe pull some of the obvious colors out and then leave those that are in the middle on the tray. Number five, another activity you can use pretty early on, is shape sorting. You can even draw an outline on a piece of paper that would be like a puzzle to them, and they can fill it in. The next one, number six, is learning early math concepts with your large step pyramid. Explaining early math concepts like particles, halves, quarters and thirds. It's just so much easier when a child has a visual and tactile input in that learning. So you can just use your large step pyramid, and in the beginning use the long pieces of it as one whole, and then show your child that little cubes actually fill in perfectly, 4 cubes in one long rectangle, and you can explain them that 1 cube is a quarter, then you can get a rectangle that is 2 cubes length, that would be a half, and I just love it. I think it's so great and such a great visual, and helps them learn very quickly. Number 7 is literacy and numeracy. You wouldn't think that blocks could teach your kids literacy, but they definitely can. You can build letters with the blocks. Also, a lot of engineering vocabulary can come from using the large step pyramid, as well as numeracy. Numeracy can really be promoted with your use of large step pyramid. You can count the little blocks and you can count the big blocks, and because there's so many of them, you can actually do a lot of simple equations with them. And it has definitely been proven by research that having that hands-on learning, that visual help can help your child by a long shot in learning those basic concepts. And when you have that base laid in their mind as they're going into school, that would help them so much to build on it and to start doing more complicated things that we can't actually have hands-on experience on. But just having that base really strong will help them so much. Okay, the next one is also one of the favorites of all families, is building towers with your large step pyramid. They're so much fun. They go so tall. Kids are so impressed. Adults are so excited. You'll definitely have to help your child if you want to build the biggest tower that you can with a large step pyramid. They can go up to the ceiling probably if you construct it correctly. But definitely higher than me. And I know my children love building structures that are taller than themselves, and it just gives them a great perspective. Another thing you can build with it, and I will put it in the section of towers, is a big wall. I know that's quite a popular one. Kids love knocking it over, and yeah, we tried building it too, and we all really enjoyed it. The next thing you can do with your large step pyramid is use it in your dramatic play. Imagination is your limit. You can build a little fireplace, and I'll show you how we did it, or you can build a little Christmas tree and you can decorate it. If you have any of those loose parts from Grappat, they go really well with a large step pyramid, and you can decorate it every year and leave it as a decoration for Christmas. Or you can make a little birthday cake and also decorate it. I know a lot of people use the large rainbows and semicircles to do that, but you can definitely do it with a large step pyramid only. And also you don't need particularly loose parts from Grappat. You can find loose parts around your home. You can find loose parts outside around your neighborhood. It can be a lot of nature pieces can be used as loose parts. A lot of leaves and twigs and rocks. You can even color rocks and make it an activity, and then decorate your Christmas tree or your cake or whatever you're making. Another thing you can do is you can set a scene with large blocks. You can fill the tray with one color, and that would sort of correlate to the story that you're trying to play out with your child. And talking about loose parts, the large step pyramid can actually be used as loose parts, especially the smallest blocks, a lot larger than the Grappat loose part. But you can definitely use your imagination and use them as food. You can put them in little bowls and stir them up, or you can use them as freight that dump truck transport. That's something both my boys really enjoy. Another use that my boys really like is making little tunnels. You can make caves, or you can make tunnels for a train track. We have a wooden train track and it goes perfectly with it. And you can build little shelters for your animals or people. And lastly, kids come up with all sorts of different uses for the large step pyramid, and I have found that it can be used in so many ways in small world play. They can build trees, they can build little rivers with blue blocks, they can put a yellow block next to the small world and call it a sun. There's really endless possibilities, and children's imagination is absolutely amazing, and watching them develop it is giving me so much joy. I love it, and I absolutely think it's worth the investment. And as I hope you have seen in this video, there's so many different uses for it, and I hope you will come up with some too. And you can share it on Instagram using hashtag large step pyramid. There's not a lot of posts on it, it's not my hashtag, but I use it whenever we use the large step pyramid, and I just love looking through different things that other people have done with it, and it gives me so much inspiration. So I encourage you to also use it whenever you are playing with your large step pyramid and doing all sorts of exciting things.